Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Ali and today we're doing a good old-fashioned Q&A. I have a bunch of questions from you all. I got these from Tumblr this time and let's answer them. Name 5 things that you loved the most about this year. Okay, I think this year I definitely challenged myself a lot in terms of just the things that I did and pushing myself out of my comfort zone. We have sort of our comfort zone, our challenge zone, and then like a danger zone. And I think anytime you're in that challenge zone, you know, you're growing, you're learning, that's a really, really positive experience. I got to spend a lot of time with my family this year, which I really, really cherish. I definitely learned a lot about friendship. I'm very lucky that I have a lot of loyal friends in my life and people that, you know, treat me how I deserve to be treated, but that was definitely a big learning curve for me because in the past I think I would brush aside anyone that treated me maybe less than I deserved and think that it was fine or not even really care or notice. But yeah, this year I had people make sure I realized that I deserved to be treated in a certain way, if that makes sense. It was a very good year in terms of musicals. Musicals are something that bring me a lot of joy, and so to have had like Dear Evan Hansen and The Greatest Showman, which I just saw a few nights ago and have already fallen in love with, things like that that just kind of reignite that spark and joy in your life, because let's be honest, we all know 2017 was the darkest timeline. It was a very hard year. Sometimes you just need little like bright things like that in the world to remind you what happiness is and how to feel it. I also feel like this year I got to do a lot of cool things. So from working at a different camp after my one that I work at in the States, we did another camp for YouTubers. So Tyler Oakley and Bethany Moda came and we worked with them and a bunch of kids, and that was such a special experience. Then to being asked to speak at the Girls Who Glow event, or getting asked to come along to the CCUSA job fair and like help out there, just things like that, which I think in the past I would have been scared to say yes to all of those kind of things. So I was really glad to do stuff like that. 2017 I think was just a very big learning lesson. So I'm grateful for all the lessons that I've learned this year. As cheesy and cliched as that is, boy is it true. What are your favorite ways to boost your body confidence? This is a great question. I'm so glad we're including this. Having a solo dance party, that is probably the #1 thing. So I have a playlist, which I will link below, called Self-Love, and just listening to any kind of empowering music, because not only are you getting endorphins from exercising, but you're also experiencing the amazing abilities that our body has to move. We are so lucky and fortunate to have the bodies that we do, to be able to do what we can with them. So many people don't have these same abilities. So being able to do things like that, I think it just really makes you appreciate what you have, which is so important. Like that song goes, you don't know what you got till it's gone. And so love it while you have it. You don't have to look in the mirror every day and say, I wouldn't change a thing, but I think you have to accept that this is your body and that it's fine and that it's okay and that it's your body and it's unique and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's kind of great. Also, unfollow any of those pages on Instagram that you follow just because they look a certain way. I don't think that's healthy. I know people use that as motivation or whatever, but I just think any kind of comparison is detracting from the kind of love you could feel for yourself. Follow people that inspire you to be your best self, not to try and be a second-rate version of someone else. I will recommend follow Body Posy Panda on Instagram. She's the cutest. She's like this badass self-love warrior, and I think she'll make you feel really more at home in your own skin. I'm so scared that no guy will ever like me or want to be with me because I only have sex in relationships and most guys want to have sex within a few weeks. I think this is a very, very common thought or concern. This just takes time and experience and life, unfortunately, but you will realize that the guys worth being with won't care about that and just want to make you comfortable. So if you started dating someone and they got frustrated or angry or didn't want to be with you anymore because you didn't want to sleep with them right away, then that's not the kind of person you want to be with anyway. So that just weeds out the bad ones. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? One is to sleep better, to improve my sleep habits. Sleep is so vital. It's up there with like drinking water and eating healthy. Those 3 things are sort of the pillar of health, and this is the one I neglect. Sorry, that's a really boring answer. But my second one is just working on communications. I would say I'm a people person. I love talking to strangers. I love meeting new people, making new friends. But I really struggle with having like difficult conversations. I kind of have a fear of hurting someone, hurting someone's feelings, making someone feel bad. I would never want to be like the cause of someone else's heartbreak or upset or anger or frustration, but that is a part of life. That's a reality, and that's something that we have to sort of get used to and get comfortable with. This probably stems from me being an only child and not having that conflict growing up. I think when you have siblings, you learn how to argue and how to fight, and it's healthy. But because I'm an only child, I haven't really experienced that. That's something I really want to work on. Just pushing myself to always, you know, be honest and yeah, say things even when it's hard. Hi Ali, I really want to go vegan in 2018, but it makes me so anxious because I know there will be comments. I don't want to be the annoying one who is like, no, I'm not eating your food, and always explain or defend myself for it. My best friend is so against veganism and so many people don't understand. Any tips to overcome this? Lots of love. That is a great question, and I definitely sympathize with you. Like I could have written this 5 years ago. Think about what you think is right and the kind of person you want to be and the kind of future that you want the world to have, and let that guide you rather than what your friends think or what, you know, anyone else thinks. And you know what, you never know, a friend of yours might be thinking the same thing but too scared to say anything out loud. So if you start that could be the spark, that's the domino. When I went vegan, I didn't have anyone in my day-to-day life that was also vegan. I'm very lucky that I had a supportive family and friends that are very open-minded and compassionate, and it wasn't sort of out of character for me anyway. So I didn't receive any ridicule or anything like that. But sure enough, after like 6 months, a bunch more of my friends went vegan, my family went vegan, and then like my friends' friends went vegan, and now I barely know anyone in my friendship circle that isn't vegan. So you could be that first person that sort of sparks that, or you could be an example for someone else. And that's kind of cool. Don't ever be afraid to do something just because no one else has done it yet. You know, you're never going to change the world by being exactly like it. So I say stick to what you believe, make your actions align with your beliefs, and just do you. Like, no one else can stop you from doing that. No one can take that away. And as your best friend who's against veganism, I would honestly sit down with them and just have a chat, have a heart to heart, tell them how you've been feeling, tell them that you value their opinion and you want them to respect you in this, and you want them to try and understand, even if they don't agree, just to respect it and, you know, leave it at that and not make any comments, because that will make a difference. If you feel like you have their support, or at least a lack of judgment, then I think you can go forward and feel more comfortable around them with what you do. Hi Ali, I'm still not exactly sure how to manifest. Is there a certain order, or what exactly should I do? Thanks. Okay, so I actually have 2 videos on manifesting on my channel, which I will link below, but basically I do it as sort of a gratitude process. So I sit down and if I'm writing, for example, I would say, thank you, like I'm so grateful for this. I'm so happy that this has happened, and just thanking the world and thanking the universe, or whatever you believe in, for allowing certain things to happen. So this is what I deem to be the law of attraction. If you give thanks and you act as if something has already happened, and you let that shape your actions in the everyday world, that will bring that to you. So the energy you put out is the energy you receive. I'm sure there are a million different ways of actually putting that into practice, but that's just what works for me. And yeah. How to be such a likable person. You seem to have such a contagious energy that just makes everyone want to be around you. Tell me your secrets. I actually don't think you should focus on being likable. I don't think that's like a goal that anyone should have. I think you should focus on being a good person, being true to yourself, being someone that you like and that you would want to be friends with, and just working on yourself every day. None of us are perfect, least of all me. The love that you would want someone else to give you, you need to give that to yourself first. And I think once you find that contentment within who you are, others will feel that too. And again, this goes back to what I said before, the energy you put out is the energy you receive back. You know, if you're positive, if you are kind, if you are caring or thoughtful or anything like that, you will receive that back. Just sort of saying, look, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And some people will take it, some people will leave it, that's fine. And that's how you find the true friends and people that you want to have in your life. The things that I once hid are now the things that people love or people cherish within me, and the things that I can connect with to other people. So I think just focus on being yourself and being the best version of yourself first. Don't worry about how other people receive that or judge that. Just be you and know that that's enough. Do you have any favorite quotes? I've always loved the quote, be the change you wish to see in the world. I think that's something that everyone can relate to, everyone can use in sort of any situation in life. If you're ever at a crossroads and you're thinking, well, this is too hard, or this is too scary, or I don't know if I'm ready for that, you can think, what change do I want to see in the world? That has to start with me. We can't ask others to do something that we aren't first willing to do ourselves. That's a really good way to inspire people, by starting with you and just working on you and what you can do, and then others will say, hey, if they can do it, so can I. And that's how you spark a revolution, my friends. What's the funniest knock-knock joke you know? I don't know if I can tell you a single knock-knock joke. I can tell you a joke that I remember from my Christmas bonbon. What do you call a baby sheep rolling down a hill? What? A landslide. You always seem so happy / full of joy. What is your secret? As Grey's Anatomy once said, no one is happy all the time. That's not mental health, that's crap. I don't think happiness is a neutral state of being. I think happiness is an emotion that we all experience. We all experience sadness, anger, frustration, jealousy, excitement, happiness, and that's just one of them in the mix. When faced with a challenge, you have a choice. You can crumple and shut everyone out, or just make yourself feel negative experiences and have negative energy filled up inside you. Or you can say, okay, this has happened, I accept it. What are the positives I can find? What is the silver lining here? And I promise you, there is always a silver lining. Once you start living like that, and in every situation you say, where is the silver lining? What is the positive here? It becomes a reflex. Your mind just does that automatically. It really is like a muscle in the brain that you train, and it develops and it works on its own eventually. It's also just the little things. By surrounding yourself with good people, putting yourself first and prioritizing self-care and self-love, by filling your space with things that are warm and inviting and welcoming. Like, I know that if I have sunflowers in my room, I'm gonna wake up 10% happier every day because I'm gonna see those. Or if I have something to look forward to that I've planned, that's gonna be a positive thought in my mind. So little things like that you can plant in your life, like little seeds, and they will bloom into flowers of happiness. What is your dream job? I don't think it really exists. I think it's just living a life that allows me to pursue all of my different passions. I would love to be able to say that I could help inspire someone travel, or take a trip that they had always wanted to do but been too scared or didn't know how. I'd also love to be able to help young girls in some way, young women. I just want to help empower them and make them see that they already have everything that they need. They have everything within them. Like, they have the whole world inside of them, and just realizing that and reaching in to access it, that would be amazing. And then also just everything with camp and being creative and like making videos, and I'm passionate about so many different things. So to be able to encompass that all in one job would be amazing. What is your best advice for people so they can make 2018 their best year, chase their dreams, and make the best relationships? So 2017 was kind of a poop storm, for lack of a better word, in terms of events going on in the world. I know things have always been bad to some point, but this year just felt, I don't know, it just didn't feel real in that kind of way. But I think it's almost united us. So I feel like 2018 is going to be a beautiful year of coming together, and whether that's local communities or families and friendships or the entire world. I'm hoping it's the entire world. I just think 2018 is going to be a year of togetherness, so I want to really embrace that and go out of my way even more to make other people feel welcomed and happy and good, have good energy in the world. I would just want to put more of that out there. So be kind in 2018, not only because it'll benefit others and that will trickle on and that will affect everyone else, but because it'll affect you. Being kind to others is probably the best way to be happy yourself, and the best way to be kind to yourself, because it makes you feel good. I just think 2018 needs to be the year of us being kinder to everyone, to ourselves, to animals, to the planet. As for chasing your dreams, make a vision board, manifest, tell people about it, keep it secret, whatever you feel more comfortable with. But just know that you can do it. Like, whatever you want to achieve, if you put your mind to it and you work really hard, you can do it. You can get to where you want to go. I think believing in yourself is pretty much the most important thing in that sense. In 2018, let's stop letting people who drain our energy into our life. Let's stop caring about what people think. Caring what other people think is a waste of time. It doesn't help us at all. So I think just firstly, choosing to surround yourself with good people, that is a choice. You can decide how you spend your time and who you dedicate those hours to, who you allow to come into your space. So be conscious about that. And when it comes to relationships, just know what you want and don't settle for anything less, because there's no need to. There's a whole world of people out there. So whether that comes to best friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, know what you deserve and understand that it's out there and you can get it. Okay, what do you feel has changed about you this year? I think this is like a weird response, but I think I'm more angry now. And this has only come from a good place. Like, this is a very positive thing. I allow myself to get angry now when it's appropriate. In the past, I would have brushed something off, or I don't know, just not really worried about it. But anger can be a pretty positive tool, so I'm kind of thankful for that little fire inside me now. What was your favorite meal of this year? The salad bar at Whole Foods. I'd go there, get a bunch of food with my friends and go and sit in Central Park and eat, and that, oh, it's just such yum food. Or the laksa from Laksa King in Melbourne. That's also so yum. What advice would you give to late 2016 you? Stand up for yourself. Yeah, that's what I would say. How would you sum up 2017 in one word? Crazy. And what would you want future you to remember about 2017 you? Oh my god, I can watch this back in the future. Hi future me. There are these butterflies outside the window right now on this plant and they're so beautiful. And there's 3, that's 3 times the good luck. Anyway, I just hope that I can always find the beauty in the small things. I mean, if you saw the video on my channel I did with Gabby about a year ago, she said, I always find the casual magic in life. And I hope that that's something I can still do. I hope that that's something I remember how to do in the future. That's just finding joy in the small. Apologies if the angle just changed drastically. My memory card got full and I had to delete stuff. I think I was talking about casual magic. So yeah, I just hope that future me remembers how to find that in the world and always appreciates the small things. When is the last time you cried and why? Yesterday. I was in the hot tub outside with my friends and I was just in the most giggly, hysterical mood, and I think I just spent like 2 hours crying with laughter. But then also at dinner last night, one of my friends told us she's pregnant and I had some little happy tears again. So yeah. Are you a dog person or a cat person? I am very much a dog person. No shade to cats, they're just not my thing. One day when I'm older, I would love to have a sausage dog and a golden retriever. Okay, I would love to see a video where you reflect on your year and what you've learned and what you'd like to focus on in 2018. Well, that's kind of what I've talked about in this whole video, but as for 2018, I just want to live more. I just want to say yes. Maybe I should read that Shonda Rhimes book, Year of Yes. Hi guys, I'm back. I got a question whilst filming that I didn't get to answer because I didn't see it, but I'd actually like to answer it because I get this question a lot. Do your parents support/fund your travels? The answer to that is no. I pay for my own travels. The exception to the rule is like if I'm traveling with my parents, so we go camping or to Queensland once a year at summer, like we've done that since I was born every single year, and they pay for that because it's a family trip. Or we went to New Zealand for my dad's birthday, things like that, they pay for it if it's like a family thing. But no, when I go traveling on my own or with friends or anything like that, I pay for it. I pay for my flights and everything else. I will say I do have the advantage of like having friends that live overseas, so I have people that I can visit and stay with for free, and just like they come and visit and stay with me for free. So that really helps in terms of paying for things, because accommodation would be after flights in terms of the most expensive travel costs. And also obviously a lot of the time I travel for my work, so either that's traveling to go and work at camp, or if I've traveled to work with a company or a brand, which is obviously amazing and very lucky to have that, but that's not the norm. Like most of the time I'm just paying for my travel. I'm a very cheap traveler, so like I do everything on a budget, and that's how I can afford to do more things, I think. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. So my friends are watching Pitch Perfect 2 now. I can hear it in the other room, so I'm gonna go join them. But anyway, thanks for watching this, guys, and I really hope you've had a good 2017. I know it's been one crazy year, but I hope there were some good things that happened, and we've got a fresh blank slate to start again. So make 2018 the year of you. Say yes, be kind to yourself, and be kind to one another as well. I sound like Ellen DeGeneres. Bye guys. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips.